Welcome back to GOS Media. I'm your host, Josiah Kim. Looks like we're winding down these 12 days of Christmas, which means Santa and the elves are starting to load the sleigh for that worldwide and whirlwind delivery of gifts to everyone in the world. And you thought Amazon Prime invented free next day delivery, didn't you? So sit back and enjoy episode 11 while you wrap those last minute gifts.
Is there any person in the town who feels emotion caused by this man's death? Show that person to me, Spirit. I beseech you. Let me see some tenderness connected with this death, or that dark shaped spirit which we left just now will be forever present to me. The ghost conducted him through several streets familiar to his feet, and as they went along, Scrooge looked here and there to find himself, but nowhere was he to be seen. They entered poor Bob Cratchit's house, the dwelling he had visited before, and found the mother and the children seated round the fire, quiet, very quiet. The noisy little Cratchits were still as statues in one corner, and they sat looking up at Peter, who had a book before him. The mother and her daughters were engaged in sewing. The colour hurts my eyes. There, it's better now. It makes them weak by candlelight, and I wouldn't show weak eyes to your father when he comes home for the world. It must be near his time. Past it, rather. But I think he's walked a little slower than he used to these last few evenings, Mother. I've known him to walk with Tiny Tim upon his shoulder. Very fast indeed. Seeing him out the window, she hurried out to meet him, her own little Bob and his comforter. He had need of it, poor fellow, coming in. His tea was ready for him on the hob, and they all tried who should help him to it the most. Mrs. Cratchit tenderly asking him if he had made his Sunday visit. Yes, my dear, I wish you could have gone. It would have done you good to see how green the place is, but you will see it often. I promised him that I would walk there on Sundays. My little child. He broke down all at once. He left the room and went upstairs into the rooms above, which was light and cheerful and hung with Christmas. There was a chair set close beside the fire, and there were signs of someone having been there lately. Poor Bob sat down in it, and when he had thought a little and composed himself, he reconciled to what had happened, and he went down again, quite happy. Mr. Scrooge's nephew, whom I had scarcely seen but once, meeting him in the street today, seeing that I looked just a little down, you know, he inquired what had happened to distress me, on which, for he is the pleasantest spoken gentleman you ever heard, I told him. I'm heartily sorry for it, Mr. Cratchit, he said, and heartily sorry for your good wife. But by the by, how he ever knew that, I don't know. Knew what, my dear? Mrs. Cratchit said. Why, that you are a good wife. If I could be of service to you in any way, he said, and he gave me his card. That's where I live. Pray, come to me. Now, it wasn't for the sake of anything that he might be able to do for us, so much as for his kind way, that this was quite delightful. It really seemed as if he had known our Tiny Tim and felt with us. And I shouldn't be at all surprised, mark what I say, if he hadn't got Peter a better situation. The girls whispered and giggled about Peter keeping company, but Bob's face grew solemn again. However, and whenever we part from one another, I am sure that we shall none of us ever forget Tiny Tim, shall we? Or this first parting that there was among us. And they all cried, "Never, Father, never." And I know, my dears, that when we recollect how patient and how mild he was, although he was a little child, that we shall not quarrel easily among ourselves and forget poor Tiny Tim in doing it. The spirit of Tiny Tim, thy childish essence, was from God. Spectre, something informs me that our parting moment is at hand, and I know it, but I know not how. Tell me, what man that was whom we saw lying dead? The ghost of Christmas yet to come conveyed him, as before, into the results of businessmen, but showed him not himself. Indeed, the spirit did not stay for anything, but went straight on, until besought by Scrooge to tarry for a moment. This court, through which we hurry now, it's where my place of occupation is, and it has been for a length of time. I see the house. Let me behold what shall be in days to come. The spirit stopped. The hand was pointed elsewhere. But the house, yonder, why do you point away? The inexorable finger underwent no change. Scrooge hastened to the window of his office and looked in. It was an office still, but not his. The furniture was not the same, and the figure in the chair was not himself. The phantom pointed as before, and he joined it once again. And wondering why and whither he had gone, accompanied until they reached an iron gate, he paused to look round before entering a churchyard. Here, then, the wretched man whose name he had now to learn lay underneath the ground. A worthy place. The spirit stood among the graves and pointed down to one. He advanced towards it, trembling. The phantom was exactly as it had been, but he dreaded that he saw new meaning in its solemn shape. Before I draw near to the stone to which you point, answer me one question. Are these shadows of things that may be, or are they shadows of things that may be only? And still the ghost pointed downward to the grave by which it stood. Men's courses will foreshadow certain ends to which, if they persevere in, they must lead. But if the courses be departed from, the ends will change. Say it is thus. Say it is thus, spirit. With what you show me, say it is thus. The spirit was immovable as ever. Scrooge crept towards it, trembling as ever, and following the finger, he read upon the stone of the neglected grave his own name, Ebenezer Scrooge. Oh, good spirit, Your nature intercedes for me, and it pities me. Assure me that I may change these shadows that you have shown me by an altered life. I will honor Christmas in my heart, and I will keep it all the year. I will live in the past, in the present, and the future. The spirit of all three shall strive within me. I will not shut out the lessons that they teach. Oh, tell me that I may sponge away the writing on this stone. In his agony, Scrooge caught the spectral hand. It sought to be freed, but he was strong in his entreaty and detained it. The spirit, stronger yet, repulsed him. And holding up his hands in a last prayer to have his fate reversed, Scrooge saw an alteration in the phantom's dress. It shrunk and collapsed and dwindled down into a bedpost.
We will see you again tomorrow. And head on over to the merch store where we have specials for you to pick up and spread Christmas cheer. Hey, if there's a bunch bah humbuggery at your place on Christmas Day, don't blame us. Thank you again for tuning in and all the support you provide. I've been your host, Josiah Kim.